What's up, guys? Welcome to Box Football, and we're back here for another little edition of the Mo Salah Show. We put out a video the other day, and it got a little bit of hate. Unfortunately, I don't think Jack's a most. First of all, it got a lot of hate towards Jack, but I don't think Jack's a Mo Salah hater. I don't agree with his opinion, but whatever. But as in the most Mo Salah fashion that we can possibly get after Jack's kind of criticism of him, Mo Salah goes ahead and gets an assist and then scores a Messi-esque goal against like Man City, and now we got the world talking right now. Is Mo Salah the best player in the world? And we're gonna get into this argument that is Mo Salah the best player in the world. And just a quick disclaimer right now. We did a video last year on Harry Kane and is Harry Kane the best player in the world based on his form and all that sort of stuff. I've always kept the stance that, in my opinion, the best player in the world is Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Or right now, I'll just pick Messi over Ronaldo. Yes, their form isn't great, but I always want to just leave these two out because to me, is what they've done throughout the last 10, 15 years has been sensational. And if I
Right.
have to pick players to represent me in a do or die game, I'm picking those two ahead of everyone else. So I'm
Right.
leaving Messi and Ronaldo out of it. So I don't want all the comments killing us about Messi and Ronaldo. They still exist. Yes, they do, and they are the best. I don't
Right.
doubt that. But we're talking about the rest of the ordinary players. And is Mo Salah the best player in the world right now? Jack, do you want to take it away? Do you think right now, based on based on his whole stats, the way he started the season, 9 goals, 3 assists, been
Right.
absolutely on fire, virtually scored in all of Liverpool's games this season. Jack, where you placing Mo Salah?
He's up there. I mean, Jesus, you got to be talking about, you've got to be talking about at least top five, maybe even top three. I still personally wouldn't probably wouldn't pick him as number one. I know you and I feel a little differently. For me, I think all this stuff is very changeable, very interchangeable. The best is a relative term. You can always put your own definitions on it, and all that kind of stuff. Best to you might be different to me. Like, for example, that video at that point, I think I was making the case for yeah, Kane was the best player in the world. His goal contributions at that period of time, but yet here we are, less than 365 days later, and yeah, Harry Kane has gone 7 games in the Premier League, no goals, no assists, and it's not looking good. I think anybody telling you that he's the best striker in the world or best player in the world is absolutely crazy at this point. Like you said, class is permanent, form is temporary. So I'm sure these things will change. But I think right now, just the general optics of the whole situation, yeah, Mo Salah is way up there. The person I'm going to point towards though, James, is Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is just goals right now. Erling Haaland is just money. I'll read off some kind of statistics and comments here. It's 5 Bundesliga appearances, 7 goals, 3 assists. So he's contributing 2 goals per game. That's crazy numbers. The video that we were talking about with Kane before, I think it was like 1.7, 1.8. So he's even beating those numbers right now. 1 Champions League appearance, 1 goal. Nations League, 6 goals, 1 assist in 4 appearances. The World Cup with Norway, 5 goals in 6 appearances. The DFB Pokal, he played 1 game, got 3 goals. So the guy's a freak show. What can I say? To me, I think based purely on form and just recency bias from the start of this season, yeah, Salah's got to be second or third. But for me, I'm taking Erling Haaland. The guy's a monster.
I don't like these all form thing because, as you said, it just changes every single week. You telling me
Exactly. But I think if you accept that, I think it's okay. Like, I think if you go into it knowing that if you have a couple bad games, you're going to fall down. If you have a couple good games, you can go up. I think it's okay. Like, I agree with you. Do or die situation, you're still going Messi and Ronaldo. It's not even close.
um
But on current form, I think you've got to say that the Haalands, the Salahs of the world are better than Messi and Ronaldo at this point.
right now, Mo Salah is playing out of his skin. It could possibly be the best form he's had, even even going as back as his first season with Liverpool, where like he scored 44 goals. This
Right.
might be eclipsing, and it's not just the goals. It's the way that if Liverpool are going to score, you're only looking to Mo Salah. Yes, you have Sadio Mane who might pop in a goal, or Jota will pop in a goal, but they're not as reliant as Mo Salah. I don't look at them like they're gonna chip in the way Mo Salah is like, oh, Liverpool are not. If Liverpool are gonna score or even create, it's coming from Mo Salah somehow, some way. And yes,
Right.
he's been sensational, but unfortunately, guys, he's not my best player in the world right now. If we're basing this solely on form, it's not even Erling Haaland. It's Karim Benzema, Jack. Look what he's doing for Real Madrid. Let me
Yeah.
just bring up the stats for you. 10 goals for Real Madrid in what? Uh, 10 goals in like 9 appearances or something like that. 7 assists, a goal contribution of 17 goals and assists. Like, I don't even think it's a debate right now when it comes to form. He's literally scoring in every single game. When Real Madrid don't look like creating, when Real Madrid don't look like scoring, just give the ball to Benzema somehow, some way. He like he's gonna find something, and it's not even a thing where it's a tap in or something like that. Jack, he's just getting the ball, find a half yard of space or so, and he's putting it into the back of the goal he scored the other day where he just whips and just curls it into the net. Jack, he can
I'm
do absolutely everything right. Sorry, Jack. He can do absolutely everything right now. And I look back at Benzema, the old Benzema, of like 2012, coming up when Real Madrid were at their best, and you kind of said, okay, so is this his level where he's a good striker? But every single year, he just seemed to get better and better. And yes, he had that bad blip. I think it was 2017, 18, where he was horrible. But since Ronaldo's left, the responsibility that he's put on his shoulders has been even greater and greater. Now, goodness gracious me, it's not only what he's doing for Real Madrid, but even at the Euros with France, yeah, he didn't start off that great. But when he got into the flow, he
right.
scored back to back 2 goals, and he wasn't the reason like why they lost to Sweden. In fact, he scored 2 goals and like did his job in a way. But the way Benzema's playing right now, I genuinely do believe that he is the best player in the world right now.
I think those are your top three. Honestly, I was kind of thinking, who's probably going to be in my top three? I think if we're talking, yeah, Benzema, Haaland, and Salah, whatever order you want to do based on form, those are your three guys. I think right now. I don't
Well,
think there's.
also Robin Lewandowski, we just can't leave him out of the fray. I don't know what you know what he's on. Week in
Yeah,
week
I
out.
mean, yeah, Lewandowski, again, freak show. We'll just do that and do that. Of course he will. And maybe we're creating a top five here.
Yeah,
Throw Lewandowski's name in. But yeah, again, there's the outcome of this conversation means nothing. That's always my favorite thing about these conversations. You can always have your opinion, but nothing actually changes as and when you put somebody above somebody else. They're still just incredible players who just do their own thing. And yeah, Benzema, I'd be lying to you. I've always thought he was a great player, but did I ever think he'd go that one step above greatness to be that excellent top tier? I didn't think he necessarily had it in him. And I think that historically, there's always the reliance of when Cristiano Ronaldo's in your team, like it or lump it, the guy demands attention, the guy demands the ball, center of the centerpiece of the whole thing, right? Like it or lump it, totally arrogant, up himself, all the self-confidence, all this stuff. With him out there, Benzema's grown into it and he's totally into himself there. And I think the only other thing I'll mention, maybe to criticize my own thing about Haaland, is we know what this Dortmund team do to players. We know what this Dortmund team do to players. It makes them, because of the system and the way that they play and the training facilities and stuff, usually it makes players come across better than they are on the most part, right? So that's not lost on me. That is not lost on me. Could Erling Haaland go somewhere else and we see not a massive drop off, but a slight drop off in performance? Maybe, but for me, I think I'd still go for Haaland. The guy just dominates people.
but yeah, Erling Haaland's an amazing shot. But I'm just gonna bring up Lewandowski's stats right now.
Yeah, go for it.
10 games, 13 goals. Jack, this guy's on stupid. He's on stupidness week in and week out in the Bundesliga. They should rename it the Robindowski Liga or something like that. He's on that much form. But again, we're talking about this best player in like the word, and I hate to be bad because all we're mentioning is just goal scoring attackers. Like, what happened to the center mids and all and like the wide players? Well, we obviously mentioned wide players there, but we don't mention no center backs. We're not talking about Van Dijk or even the goalkeeper, because I guarantee goalkeepers right now having some fantastic displays out there. But it just feels at this moment in time you're hell bent on looking at the killers and who really win the game for teams, and yeah, attackers just seem to be the players right now.
But yeah, no, but it's always going to go that way, because I think we know what attackers can give you compared to defenders. There's always going to be that value thing. The most expensive player in the world will never, mark my words, never be a goalkeeper, any defender, or even probably a central midfielder. I do not believe that. I think that the most expensive player in terms of value and what you give to a team is always going to be the forward positions, because James, goals win games, right? If you have the best defense in the world and no forwards or no attackers, your best case scenario is you're going to get a draw. Right. Whereas in the same way, the opposite, even if you concede a bunch of goals, if you can then come back with more goals than your opponent, you're going to win games. So the value is always going to be in the forward positions. And yeah, I personally don't feel like there have been any major standouts this year in any of the defensive positions. Personally, I'm looking at the Who Scored is a nice website just to see how people are getting on. I mean, they're saying Alphonso Davies has had a nice career so far. Nico Schottlerbeck for Freiburg, and Torino Bremer as well. But again. Exactly. Like, are any of these guys us actually passing the eye test and we're going, oh my God, did you see what that guy did this weekend? No.
But guys, the Ballon d'Or is coming up. Who are you having in that situation? I know Chelsea fans are also going to get in with Jorginho. Let us, guys,
get out of here.
Let us know who you believe is the best player in the world. Is it Mo Salah with this incredible form? Is it Benzema, who I've picked myself? Is it Erling Haaland? Is it Lewandowski? Or are it the same old two, as we don't want to mention Messi and Ronaldo? Comment down below, guys. Let us know. This is Box to Box Football. Thanks for watching.